Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Kevin Roepke. He is the USSEC Executive Director for the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia. Thanks so much for being with me today.
Thank you so much for having me, Sarah. It's a privilege to be here.
I appreciate that. And today, Kevin and I are at the USSEC CrushCon event in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, and we just wrapped up this incredible conference you guys put on. I'm not sure how many people we had, but it was incredible. I learned a lot personally, but everybody was engaged. It was really an exciting event.
Yeah, it was extraordinary, and it was the first event that really highlighted the combined region of the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia. So I think that element alone added a little bit of spice and a little bit of flavor that everybody appreciated, because many of the markets here are on the same trajectory and path, and especially at poultry, which brings us here today.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. And we're going to start by talking about the SUS label. And I'm going to have you talk about it, but sustainability was a big theme throughout the conference. And so we'll start there. Tell us about the SUS label. What is it, and what does it mean to the industry?
It definitely was an important theme throughout the conference, and one of the reasons is because it's gaining traction. And concepts that gain traction, obviously, I think become elevated in major global events like this. So first off, the SUS label is the fed with or SUS label itself of Sustainable U.S. soy that we provide to customers that adhere to compliance regulations of 60% or more of their imports of soy come from a dedicated and verified sustainably shipped soy.
Very good. And kind of what does it mean for the industry?
Yeah, so we're on a journey. Sustainability is a journey, as we all say, and every company goes through that trajectory. Every company goes through ups and downs. But one thing that we're seeing across the entire world is an improved awareness of sustainability. So from our farmers back home, they've been doing sustainable practices for generations. We have many fifth, sixth, seventh generation farmers, and sustainability is important for them. So we're bringing that here. And in South Asia, we were proud to have Sri Lanka as the first market in South Asia to adopt the Fed with Sustainable U.S. soy logo. From that one company, we now have over a dozen companies in the island nation of Sri Lanka. We've expanded that outreach to Nepal. We just signed 4 agreements for licensing that logo here today at CrushCon.
Wow.
And we have great expectations of broadening and expanding the scope of that in the Middle East and North Africa.
Well, you just answered all of my questions that I had left, but I'll ask the other. You talked a little bit about the growth of the label in South Asia, but truly, what are your expectations for the label in the Middle East and North Africa? What are your expectations? It sounds like even from this conference, you're getting you got more people on board.
So there's a couple of things to keep in mind. One, sustainability provides so much value to companies. So there's one element of a compliance and regulatory aspect that it fulfills. There's second aspect of a financing component, which enables you to adhere or to embrace some green bonds. There's a third component of being able to differentiate your product or get a premium in the market for your product. And there's a fourth element of attracting and retaining talent for sustainable business practices. And one of the things that we talked about this week was the importance that sustainability has for millennials and Gen Z. And this is something that is undeniable. It is a wave. And these target audiences, these segments are increasing their purchasing power, they're increasing their disposable income, and they're becoming more discretionary. And they're becoming more loyal to brands that adopt and embrace sustainability. And that's something that I have to give a lot of credit to our U.S. farmers who have led the charge, agriculturally speaking, in the United States on sustainable practices. And so with respect to the Middle East, North Africa, we already have many loyal customers in the region. U.S. soy is a premium product, and we are very proud of the product that we have. And as a result, so are our customers. And we feel like there's value to be had in markets like Egypt and Morocco for them to use on their labels to be able to differentiate their products, attract and retain talent, and really create value for themselves. As we talked about today, sustainability is shared value. Because this is a supply chain issue where Much of the carbon footprint of animal agriculture comes from the feed ingredients. One of the easiest ways to minimize your carbon footprint is simply shift to U.S. soy, because we have the lowest carbon footprint of all origins of soy. And so if you shift your diets and your formulas to U.S. soy, you're automatically by default lowering your carbon footprint. The second aspect is deforestation. In the U.S., we have zero deforestation. In fact, we're actually reforesting. And this is a significant competitive advantage we have in markets that are tributary to or have some type of connection with Europe right now. But in their own domestic markets, deforestation is becoming a more and more common question that these companies are asking, because they want to be sustainable and they want to be responsible themselves. Their boards are asking questions, their banks are asking questions, the stores that they put their products in shelf space are asking questions. And it's not just a soy issue, it's a palm issue as well. And so we have a significant competitive advantage here in the aspect of sustainability. And every time we talk about the subject, we're more enthused and inspired with the uptake that it brings. In fact, just at this conference alone, we asked the participants, what values do they prioritize with choosing soy from any origins? And we were shocked at the responses on sustainability. Sustainability kept up, and it blew away our expectations. And so this is why it gives us excitement for this region and the growth and expansion to scope it out.
Very good. And Christelle, one of your colleagues, had a great talk about sustainability. She just knocked it out of the park. And I think that influenced people, right? That education factor does make a difference. When they learn more, it influences your decisions.
Yeah, and it all goes back to the farmers. I mean, without the farmers' dedication, focus, investment on sustainability, it wouldn't be possible. But I think it was a very visionary element to add into our scope of soy, which has many aspects of differentiation: zero deforestation, it's drier, it has higher digestibility, and zero deforestation. And all combined, all encompassed, I think makes a very valuable product that our customers are very loyal for.
Very good. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for all the information today. I really appreciate it. And thanks for the invitation to the conference. It was fantastic.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. We enjoyed having you. Please come back soon.
Thank you. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry Site.